Hello everyone, this is Jinju at kimchimari.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make Korean fried dumplings, Gun Mandu or Yaki Mandu. These are wonderfully crunchy on the outside and full of these savory flavors and textures on the inside. So this is a big batch, which means you can make it and freeze for later. By the way, that mandu pea, the Korean dumpling wrapper that you normally buy for mandus for soups, is actually not the best for this crispy ones. So I am showing you the wonton wrappers that works best. Wonton wrappers like this one and the other one, nasoya, they all work great. The Korean ones are a little too thick. Okay, so let's get started. We will blanch about 9 ounces of bean sprouts in boiling water for about a couple minutes, and then we're going to put them in an ice bath so that it stops cooking. Then we're going to drain it, and we want to then squeeze it between our hands so that we remove of all excess water that's going to make the filling too watery. And then we're going to chop them up. You don't need to finely chop them, but definitely you want them in smaller pieces. Okay, and then about a 4 ounce, a little more than a cup of cabbage kimchi. We want to squeeze the juice out of that one too, so that it feels dry like that. And then we're going to cut them, chop them into smaller pieces also. So they should be pretty small, but we don't want to like finely mince them. We don't want that, but basically about, just a small pieces like that. And then the tofu, the extra firm tofu, again, we're going to squeeze excess moisture out by using a cheesecloth or like a almond milk, filter bag, one of those things, whatever you can use to basically squeeze out the extra liquid. So it will become a crumble like that, okay? So we're going to set that aside. Then we're going to chop up about half cup of Chinese chives. These will add a great aromatic flavor to your filling. And then to save time and effort, I'm going to chop and blend garlic and ginger in my chopper blender, my favorite one. And then about half of a yellow onion, I'm going to also chop in the blender. And then we're going to then start with that. Put that in a bowl, add the chopped cooked bean sprouts, add 4 ounce ground pork, and then we're going to add the chopped kimchi and the chopped ground beef, about a 2 ounce. So again, this is a big batch. You can make a smaller one if you want, but it's best to make a big batch and freeze for later. Okay, there, now all the tofu that we crumpled up, squeeze the moisture out, we're going to put it in a blender, put some green onions, then we're going to season it with some sesame oil, about a teaspoon, 1.5 teaspoon, 1.5 teaspoon, and then some sea salt. And we're going to just quickly chop again so that the green onion gets chopped and it all becomes mixed up like that. You don't have to use a chopper here. You can certainly do everything by hand. I'm just doing it because there's a lot of ingredients involved, and it is just, easier to use a blender chopper. Okay, so we mix all of that, and then we're going to season it one last time with some 국간장, Korean soup, soy sauce, more sesame oil, and salt and pepper. The reason why I season it in different stages is so that the flavor, the different ingredients evenly gets the seasoning. The tofu especially is important that you kind of pre-season it, okay? And then we're going to cook some japchae noodles. These are already cooked according to package directions, which is usually about 6 to 8 minutes. And then we season that with some soy sauce and some sesame oil. And we're going to then cut them using scissors, knives, whatever you'd like. And then here I'm just making a small batch. This was actually another day of filming, so I added japchae noodles there. The noodles add great texture, so I love adding them. Okay, so these are wonton skins or gyoza pot sticker wrappers. These are two of my favorites right now. And I'm going to show you 6 different styles of making dumplings. And this using that square wrapper, you just fold it into a triangle like that. Okay, as simple as that. So, and that's just a nice quick way to make a dumpling. You can also wet the edge like that and make it into a more Korean classic flower-shaped mandu. And then here I'm making style number 3 using that square wrapper. I'm going to make it into kind of like a pyeonsu style. So this is a traditional Korean mandu that we mostly made in the palace. And it's usually filled with vegetable fillings, but I thought I'd give it a try. Here's style number 4 with a round wrapper. We're going to then fold it in half and then wet the edge and make that really classic Korean mandu style. Here's style number 5. We're going to use that round wrapper and then we're going to fold it in half again and then wet the outside edge and then we're going to pleat it basically, and that's the real Gun Mandu style. Okay, and that's easy. Now dumpling style number 6. This is actually more of a, I would say, it's not traditional Korean, it's more like gyoza or Chinese kind of dumpling style. And you basically just fold 1/2 of the wrapper. So just the back layer we want to fold. And when you do that, what happens is the front stays smooth and the back is pleated. And the nice thing about that is it sits nicely in the pan while it cooks, and also when you put it on a plate. So cooking method 1. We want to deep fry in an oil that's heated up to about 340 degrees Fahrenheit or 170 degrees Celsius, and about 3-inch depth of oil. We want to heat that up, and then we will deep fry that until it becomes nice and brown. And this is really makes that want to see how golden brown and yummy that looks. Yeah, so we can totally deep fry it, and I will show you how crispy that is later. But yeah, there we go, crispy, right? So that's one wonderful way to do it. But not everybody can fry, and actually this is the more common way that Koreans make Gun Mandu. Gun Mandu means to roast actually, so it's a pan fry method. And we put in about a couple tablespoons of oil, and we heat it on medium heat, and then we want to pan fry these wonderful mandu pieces until it's nicely golden brown all around. And then we want to add a tablespoon of water, and we cover and cook for about a minute. And that will just kind of soften the dumpling and keep it nice and moist, but the crispiness will still be there. And there you go. We have made Korean Gun Mandu, Yaki Mandu, 6 different styles, 2 different cooking methods. And don't forget to make my sweet sour dipping sauce. And here you can hear the crunch, and I'm breaking open a deep fried one. Oh, one last tip. When you freeze it first in a tray for a couple hours so that the outside becomes hard, and then you can put it in a plastic bag so it doesn't stick. Well, thanks for watching. Enjoy!